Riya Chakrabarti is inside the NCB office. The NCB officials are grilling her at this point in time, and it is all based on the chats that were accessed here on Times Now First. That the NCB has prepared its list of questions. Let's take a look at these chats, Madhav. Yeah. May 1st, 2020, Riya Chakrabarti tells Samuel Miranda, "Can you give Dipesh 17,000 for 2 bags of weed? One for us and another for him. He will transfer it to us." So 17,000 Miranda was asked to pay to Dipesh for 2 bags of weed. On April 17, 2020, Samuel Miranda tells Riya Chakrabarti, "Should we take it from Shauvik's friend? But he has hash and bud." So Shauvik's name appears, his friend's name appears. It could be one of the drug peddlers in the custody of the NCB. Moving on, let's go across to the next message. And this was exchanged on 15th March 2020, where Riya Chakrabarti tells Shauvik, "He smokes 4 a day, so plan accordingly." And then she asks Shauvik Chakrabarti to procure drugs. Shauvik says, "And bud does he want? Okay, so we can get 5 grams of bud, that's 20 dupes." So the 5 grams of bud would have been used to make 20 dupes. That's the exchange between Riya and Shauvik Chakrabarti. On July 30th, 2019, between Riya and Ayush, who is Sushant's friend, Riya Chakrabarti says, "Doobie required," and Ayush says, "Rolling." Then Riya Chakrabarti says, "Do we have a doob?" And this conversation was with someone whose identity is not known at this point in time, replies and says, "Checking, rolling and getting." So Riya Chakrabarti was constantly in touch with people talking about procuring drugs. She says she never used it.
What's very interesting, Swati, is for a person who claims that she was not using these drugs, she seems to be, talking about drugs constantly. She's talking about, doobies. She's talking about all these aspects. Does this seem like a person who at face value says that she does not consume drugs? And if she is not, then it becomes even more curious that who is she talking about? Who is the he? Is that Sushant Singh Rajput? Is it somebody else that we don't know about? Because these raise some very serious questions about the role of Riya Chakrabarti, and if she's constantly in touch with her brother and others and is in touch with them as far as procurement of these drugs are concerned, these are some questions that certainly come out of all of these questions. Let's go right across to our guests who are with us. We have with us Shehzad Poonawala. Also with us is Vikas Gupta. He's a lawyer. In fact, I'll come to you, Mr. Vikas Gupta. You've seen the voluminous amount of WhatsApp messages. There are credit card transactions. There are several such things that we've broken here on Times Now, which clearly point to a very, very questionable role as far as Riya Chakrabarti herself is concerned. Does this seem to you to be a person who says that that she does not use drugs, but yet is talking about it incessantly?
Yeah, Madhav, I think as far as these WhatsApp chats are concerned, whether how much legal admissibility it will have, we'll have it for a later date. For the purposes of investigation, a limited question that needs to be asked, that whatever these WhatsApp chats she is confronted with, she needs to rightfully and answer these questions. I think
to
that is
WhatsApp
important.
Chats,
but how much?
It's not just about year 2020 or 2019. She was in touch with Gaurav Arya in 2017 as well, where she's talking about a psychoactive drug like MDMA.
As a defense lawyer, I can't tell you the strategy that can be adopted by defense lawyers. I'm not going into the admissibility at all. I take it on the face value. All I'm saying is that she needs to explain, and whether she can satisfy the NCB officials or not, because all these WhatsApp chats points to only one thing, that is all small quantities. That is a bailable offense.
Okay. That is what is on the WhatsApp chat. The quantity that has been mentioned is on the WhatsApp chat that we've accessed. There could be many more such chats that have not come to the fore. Previous transactions that the NCB is looking at. Shehzad wants to come in.
Madhav, I don't argue with you on this point that they may be having more chats.
No. One second. Mr. Gupta, I heard you out. Mr. Gupta, you're speaking for 2 minutes. I'm getting only 30 seconds. I'm requesting you to give me my 30 seconds. Thank you. First of all, your claim about it being a WhatsApp chat, admissible, not admissible, on the basis of these chats and basis of testimonies, at least 4 arrests have been made, including Shauvik, Samuel, and they have been remanded to custody by the court. So the court is obviously taking them seriously. Secondly, these are not small quantities. Here is the crime information report of the NCB, and let me quote what they have said. They have said, "Riya Chakrabarti's apparent involvement in purchase, possession, sale, purchase, consumption, transportation, and usage of contrabands under the NDPS Act is visible, and in details of known suspect, unknown accused, Riya Chakrabarti's name is there." So this is not just about personal consumption. Otherwise, there would be no FIR or criminal information report. This is about being a supplier. They were in touch with apparently at least 12 peddlers. Those peddlers were in touch with bigger peddlers like Chinku Pathan and with Imma and other these kinds of drug mafias. So let's not reduce the scale of it. You and I both know what is going on. Stop putting a cover of victimhood and oh, these were innocent children, these were middle class family. No middle class family is creating a drug cartel like this. Let's be clear about this, Mr. Gupta.
Well, absolutely, Mr. Gupta, respond to that, because the question is there is so much of evidence, and it's not just WhatsApp chats, sir. There are credit card transactions that are also under the scanner. There are confessions and statements that have been made by several of the other accused as well, who have now been arrested.
Otherwise, the defense counsel, I don't read too much into arrest, Jagan Mohan was arrested and was in jail for 16 months and then went on to become the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. So please, arrest does not mean that's a prerogative.
What are you comparing? We are talking about a drug racket, you're talking about a politician. Is there any comparison between the two cases?
That was not a politician, that was a disproportionate asset case.
Yeah, and this is a drug case that is being investigated by the NCB.
Allow me to complete what I'm saying is. So it's arrest or not to arrest is a prerogative, and this crime information report which Mr. Shehzad Poonawalla was reading out nowhere mentions any quantity, whether it's a small quantity, intermediate quantity, and for the purposes of investigation, for further investigation, courts normally.
The remand copy does.
No. Even the remand application does not contain the quantity.
Nothing counts. The WhatsApp chats don't count. The remand copy does not count.
Why did the
This is a very strange argument where you are discounting all of the evidence, all of the stories that have been broken here on Times Now, and saying none of that counts just because you're a defense counsel, you're speaking for the defense. All right, please stay with us. Shehzad Poonawalla and Vikas Gupta, both of you, please stay with us. Let's quickly go across to some of our callers who are with us. Shankar is our first viewer joining us from Bengaluru. Yes, Shankar, go ahead.
Yes, very good afternoon. Give me 30 seconds because I have three simple questions to ask you. First is, our premier investigation agency, CBI, has been brought into this case to inquire about Sushant's death or only to probe about this drug mafia. Second, when the police initially went to Sushant Singh's house, how many policemen were there? Do the CBI people have who and all were there? And do they have those details with them? Why don't you question, why doesn't the CBI question them? Third thing, the CBI asking Riya, did Sushant Singh consume drugs? Had the postmortem been done, if at all if it is done? Then that's the postmortem.
Mr. Shankar, these are questions that have been answered at various points of time. Perhaps you have not been following the coverage that closely, because first and foremost, it is not the CBI that is investigating the drugs, it is the Narcotics Control Bureau. Your second question, as far as the policemen are concerned, yes, they have also been summoned time and again, but it is also a fact that several of those policemen are also suffering from COVID. Some of them continue to be hospitalized even as we speak. So that is a very important aspect of this investigation, and certainly a very pertinent one, and certainly one that we are going to continue following here at Times Now, as well as the investigating agencies, I'm sure, will continue to do as well. Swati.
Right, and we have another viewer joining us in the broadcast. Sakshi, I believe, is joining us from Bengaluru. Go ahead. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Actually, I was listening to your debate, and there's one learned counsel in your debate sitting there, and I was very sad to know that he's saying that there was a politician who was arrested and then he went on to become a chief minister. So this kind of, do we expect someone like Riya, who is under the scanner of an NCB, who is actually having a drug trade, to become something like a politician tomorrow in our country?
No, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that, Sakshi, but I do understand your concerns. And Mr. Gupta, this is exactly, the viewers can also see through, because they believe you're comparing apples to oranges. There absolutely can be no comparison between the Jagan Mohan arrest and the drug racket.
Don't read too much into arrest. That's all what I'm saying is. What all I'm saying is that don't draw conclusions from arrest.
No, nobody's drawing conclusions, sir. From day one, we're just putting out facts. Claims that the family is making in the WhatsApp chats.
Mr. Gupta, as a politician, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy can say, I was a victim of a political conspiracy. Which political conspiracy is Riya a victim of? We don't know. And then certainly she is not a politician. I don't know if your insinuation is that you want to see her as the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. But I'm not going to get down into that debate because we have others joining us as well. We have with us Captain Walia joining us on the phone line. Yes, Captain Walia, go ahead.
I just want to know that SS Aryan Institute,
from school, or what is this organization as Aryans?
Sir, I'm sorry, we could not get that. Your audio line is not very clear. I apologize for the poor quality of the audio there.